sant yàlla.
looy xaar utal Wave nga scan nga fay te nag doo ci yokku dara.
Jar Oil, the company, have filling stations across the country, and our rates are relatively cheaper than anyone else across the country. Jar Oil is the biggest producer and distributor of cement in the country with the most competitive prices in the market.
If you're an entrepreneur and your business is not yet registered, if you're looking to grow your registered business, or you're an accomplished professional, our Elevate program supports you with access to finance, access to markets, access to capacity building. Sign up now or refer a friend at ecobank.com/elevate. Elevate by EcoBank. A better way, a better Africa.
2 minutes past 8 o'clock. Now, there are places in the country that are more than destinations. They are places where history, memory, identity, and the story of who we are as a people come together. Jufure and Kunta Kinte Island are among them. For generations, the stories associated with Kunta Kinte have traveled far beyond the banks of the River Gambia, connecting the Gambia to the wider African diaspora and to one of the most painful chapters in human history. Kunta Kinte Island and its related sites are today recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site bearing testimony to centuries of African-European encounters, and particularly the history of the transatlantic trade. But preserving that history is about more than remembering the past. It is also about what we do with that heritage today, how we engage communities, welcome the diaspora, develop heritage tourism, protect historic sites, and ensure that future generations inherit both the story and the places that tell it. That's why this morning we are turning our attention to the Kunta Kinte Foundation in Jufure, its work, its ambitions, and its plans for an upcoming international festival. And joining us are two representatives of the foundation, and we'll begin with the introductions.
Yes, thank you. Good morning, Gambia and the wider world. I am Ali S. Sise, the secretary for the Kunta Kinte Foundation. And it's a pleasure having me here today, Uncle Peter, to, of course, unveil to the public, discuss to them, with them around the Kunta Kinte Foundation, its aims and objectives, but also around the International Kunta Kinte Festival in conjunction with the International Kunta Kinte Day. And I hope it's going to be very insightful. And I implore everyone to listen and follow.
Insightful will depend, on how much insight you bring into the program. Yes, let's have the second and final introduction.
Good morning, Gambia. I am Lamin Sise. It's the ninth generation great-grandson of the late Binta Kinte in Jufure. She was the seventh generation of Kunta Kinte. And also, I serve as the PRO of the Kunta Kinte Foundation. Mm-hmm. We're very pleased to be here, Uncle Peter.
Okay, let's begin, Ali, with you giving us a bit of background about the Kunta Kinte Foundation.
Yes, the Kunta Kinte Foundation is a cultural and heritage-based organization that is, geared towards promoting the legacy and also the cultural heritage of Kunta Kinte, tourism and the likes in the Gambia. So it is a foundation that not only focus on, promoting the legacy of Kunta Kinte, but educating the Gambians about their history, about, the legacy of resilience, the legacy of identity, the legacy of freedom that, the great Mandinka warrior Kunta Kinte have, of course, embodied as a Gambian. So we want to, transmit this legacy, we want to preserve it to generation yet, unborn.
Mm-hmm. And, Lamin, what specific change do you want to see in Jufure that the foundation is championing?
The most important part of that is when our late grandmom passed away, before she passed, she felt that when she is no more, that legacy of Kunta Kinte will die, like Ali just explained. And it became a dream to one of her grandsons based in the U.S., Mr. Lamin Jatta. He has a dream from our late grandma that what can he create, that can bring, something important to your section, that can bring change to Jufure, that can develop the people of Jufure, and that can also not only limited to the people of Jufure, but humanity in general. So in February 2012, he started the Kunta Kinte Foundation in the U.S. So he was going...
the foundation started in the U.S.?
In the U.S. Oh, okay. It started in the U.S., which is like a dream that come to Lamin. So when he started it, before he registered it, he spoke to us here, the family. So the family also realized that our story was dying, our history was dying. Even the tourists, when they come to the village then, most of them will only stop at James Island. It's important, but they're not coming into the family house like initially how it used to be.
And is the family house still there?
It's still there.
Okay.
It's still there. Now we have the 8th generation great-granddaughter of Kunta Kinte, and that is Aja Mariama Fofana. That Lamin Jatta in the U.S., that's her grandma, her mom's mother. So we come up with issues, plans of first putting the family together, bringing the community together, through developing youths through sports. And then also we come to realize that Jufure being a big tourist destination, the people of Jufure still lack development. So
how is Jufure big if, tourists are only stopping at James Island, as you said a moment ago?
Yeah, they only stop at James Island, but still, lots of tourists go to Jufure.
So it is a potential big tourist destination?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
In the Gambia.
And that's what you are aiming to, transform it into?
Yeah, we were aiming to transform it into, because it was going down.
Okay.
After the pass of Binta Kinte and some of the important elders of Jufure, and even there are sites in Jufure, I myself particularly,
if it's after the passing away of Binta Kinte, is that because people associated, or rather took Binta to be the last in the line of lineage of Kunta Kinte?
Some people may think so, but because Binta Kinte, the part he played in the TV series of Alex Haley.
Oh, okay.
When Alex Haley came.
Oh, she took a direct part in the
Yes.
She played a direct role in the movie.
Yes, Roots, because his husband, her husband, Keba Kanyi Fofana, was one who was the custodian of our family history to Alex Haley. Yeah. So all
did she ever talk about the others behind her?
Yes. She talked about the others like Karafa Kinte took over from her. And when Karafa is no more now, Aja Mariama Fofana took over. So the tourists are still going inside Jufure, but not as expected. Okay. So that's why the Kunta Kinte Foundation realized that it was July 5th in 1767 when Kunta Kinte left the Gambia. He was captured and left the Gambia.
July 5th?
July 5th. So Lamin come with this idea that he must build a foundation that will bring back that legacy to promote
because he left and never came back. So there's no return date.
No.
So if you're doing anything in his honor, you do it on the day, he left
the source of this country.
On the soil of the Gambia.
And then most of them has Africans been enslaved because we were never slaves before. So they left empty graves behind them and they consider themselves as hopeless victims taken to the unknown world. So this is something that we want to rebuild in collaboration with our sponsors here, the diaspora, etc. And then we come purposely, you giving us this opportunity for the second time. We have to say we are very much delighted on that. You are giving us this opportunity.
Let's talk about the festival first.
Yes, I'm coming there.
Before any vote of thanks.
Yes, that's where I want to go.
So what's okay? Let's go to the festival.
The festival thing is we organize July 5th every year. since 6 years now. And we have a big parade, like a carnival, from the traffic lights to the youth
Did
monument.
anything happen on July the 5th this year?
This year, it's been postponed. That's why we are here.
Okay.
And the reason why we postponed it, we now rebuilding the foundation again. We have set up a new executive, which is not only the citizens of Jufure. We are going to swear the executives in October. Oh. And then we are having partners now. Since we've been celebrating July 5th, it's locally organized. The citizens of Jufure, the citizens of the Gambia used to attend the event. But this time, for the first time, we are having African Americans coming from the diaspora. So they have chances to come in December. Okay. So in order not to disturb our few sponsors, we decided now to push July 5th to the 18th and 19th of December. So we want the whole Gambia to know that the July 5th that we celebrate every year, this year we take it as an opportunity to go around schools, educate the children, because that's one of the principles of the foundation, to create new members, to educate our young people, to know their history. So we move it now to December, when our partners will be here from the US, and then we'll have this 2-day event, as we usually used to celebrate the July 5th in December. We'll organize it this time in Jufure. So we have the Gambia Tourism Board especially. They've been behind us since inception. And Pura, definitely also behind us since inception. Pura is definitely very supportive. Anytime we knock at the door, the Director General himself used to receive us. We small young boys, he come down from his office.
And was this before the current Director General, who happens, incidentally, to come from the North Bank region?
No, it's
so
the
you could see some attachment
Yes,
there.
the current one, yes, definitely.
So the current one, since he's been in office.
Yes, Dr. Njo is very, very supportive to us. And
he
then
comes from the area.
Yes.
You think if anything, were to happen in Half-Die, I wouldn't...
Definitely, he saw the Nyominka thing very well. And then we also have Keba Mari Bojang. Our connection to Keba Mari is not based on politics.
Why is it important to state that?
Yes, in the sense that, when we mention Keba Mari, people will think but Keba has been supporting young people. And then the Kunta Kinte Foundation has been one of our pillars, to be honest. But I mentioned this.
Are you happy that he continues to be one of your pillars?
Yes, we are happy because he gives us big support, and it's not. If you see, the reason why I mentioned the political part of it is our relationship was before that. Okay. Our relationship with him was.
Since you also get support from Mr. Njoguba, who is in government, you want it to be very clear that your relationship with Keba Madi Bojang is not political.
No, it's not political.
Because you have terrible people in this country who would go to Adama Barrow and say, you have...
Even Adama Barrow has been helpful. Yes, his government...
No, we know how we are Gambians.
No, definitely. We are... This is a national...
Before praising the NPP, you praise Keba Madi Bojang. I am telling you that even Dr. Joguba himself could find himself in trouble for that.
No. But what I'm trying to explain here is, it's just like yourself. This is a national issue.
Well, everybody knows I am apolitical.
Yes.
I don't subscribe to any political party.
Yes. So the government, through the Minister of Tourism and Culture, and of course through the Gambia Tourism Board, and we have an MOU with the National Center for Arts and Culture. They technically, they advise us financially, they help us. So that is government. Okay. And we even looking forward of meeting the president. If we can have the opportunity, that would be one of our greatest achievements.
Well, let's hope your mention of Keba Madi Bojang hasn't ruined any chance of that.
No, that's why I mentioned that clearly.
That is me thinking.
It's not based on politics, our relation with him.
Okay.
Definitely.
Ali, what should people take away from, the Kunta Kinte Festival, or do you call it Kunta Kinte Day?
Yeah, international Kunta Kinte Festival.
In
conjunction with the Kunta Kinte Day. Okay. Because the Kunta Kinte Day was postponed, so the festival, we joined the two.
The day is July 5th.
Yeah.
And then
the festival is the 18th and the 19th of December.
Okay. All right.
So what people will take away from the festival is that the festival is basically a cultural jamboree where, participants are going to enjoy some entertainment, cultural exhibitions, site visits. If you go to Jufre, there are very important sites that most of the time we don't talk about. You understand? The first church in West Africa, was built in Jufre.
Really?
Right? Yes.
Oh, wow.
And so you can see, people and students, participants will take a tour through James Island, today known as Kinte Island, and then, some other sites as well. The family, of Kinte as well, where they're based, and get to understand some of the direct descendants of the Kinte family. But also, they will enjoy some, very interesting cultural performances, because there are cultural troupes coming all the way from Casamas to, perform, and you get to see so many masquerades, that depicts the culture of Africans, that depicts the culture of Gambians. And this is very, very beautiful. And I want to say, no one will afford to miss this. So, and the only means or the only opportunity you can fail to miss it is by, coming to attend. And the Kinte Foundation is, of course, welcoming everyone, every Gambian to come on the 19th and on the 18th and 19th of December at Jufre, to be able to celebrate together with the Kinte Foundation when it comes to the International Kinte Day, in conjunction with the International Kinte Festival.
How do you think, celebration of both the day and the festival will make communities in Jufure, in Kinte Island, beneficiaries and not just custodians of a national heritage?
Yes, there will be speeches. Those speeches are going to educate. And also, economically, with our vision, our long-term goal, the International Kinte Festival is going to help the community economically, through their small businesses. And also the diaspora as well. We are encouraging and hopeful that time will come when the diaspora will invest in Jufre. Because it's a very, very important historical site in the Gambia, knowing fully well that, in fact, the Kinte, the James Island, today known as Kinte Island,
yes,
is a historical, site, internationally recognized. Yeah. So it will basically, welcome.
It's a UNESCO
heritage site.
Yes.
That is a huge achievement.
Absolutely.
And in the Gambia, that is the only place that is figured out. That is the only place that is singled out as a UNESCO heritage site. So that will basically give the people of Jufre and Albreda, the opportunity to be able to network and also, let's say, benefit from diaspora investment. And then during the day of the festival, small businesses can equally grow, because it will attract many people coming from the diaspora and the Gambia, in different parts of the Gambia, to go and then witness this festival. That is going to be a plus for Jufre. And then, at this point in time, the president have made it very easy. This is not like I'm trying to be political, but I'm just trying to say the connectivity from.
I was going to ask what you need from government, all right, to help protect and develop this extraordinary site. Let's start with you, Lamin.
That's one of the most important things, Uncle Peter. One big support. We need government support in terms of finance to be able to maintain this festivity. And that festivity, to emphasize, the foundation is just less, it's not that very old. And then financially, we are not that very strong. We have the heart to develop our people. So for now, we are into disaster. And when problems happen in the village, we support. 100% we support. And then that festivity, when it happens, we don't bring any cultural troupe outside Gambia, except from South Senegal, because we have a collaboration with them, and even the community always look forward receiving them. So all the cultural troupes, all the cultural participants, we take our own people. Okay. And signs of tokens are given back to the community. So
apart from money, what else do you need from government? Apparently you were...
We want this July 5th to be a national holiday. Yes.
Okay.
Because Kunta Kinte I'm a tour operator. I am a tourist guide. I work at...
Okay, so
yes.
You take tourists to Jufure?
Every time.
Very good.
So we have seen the contribution when the destination Gambia, even the Gambia Tourism Board. The Jufre is part of one of the destinations that sells this country. So there are heroes in Africa that their days have been observed. And there are important personalities in this country that their days have been observed. So we want to help with the president himself. We will be very proud as the family of Kunta Kinte and be very grateful to government, especially our parliamentarians, if they can lobby this for us. We tried it in our small little way to make the International Kunta Kinte Day a national holiday, that this is a public holiday in observance of Kunta Kinte. Like, to be honest, Yahya Jammeh came and changed the name of
Jufure.
No, not Jufure.
James Island.
I can say St. Andrews Island
Okay.
to Fort James Island, and Yahya Jammeh changed it to Kunta Kinte Island, which we are very proud, and that is a bigger name now. Everybody is proud to be associated with that. So if we can have any government that can put this for us, definitely I can say
The public holiday.
Yes.
July the 5th.
July 5th.
Okay.
We'll be indebted to that.
Ali, back to you.
Yes.
You were beginning to enumerate maybe, developmental projects that government has already kick-started in the area.
Yeah, that relates to the connecting. That relates to connecting. I mean, Jufre and the Gambia, like some other parts of. Let's say if you now want to go to Jufre, government of the Gambia under the leadership of President Barrow, of course, constructed a very good road, I would say, that now connect people. If you look at back then when I was going to Jufre, it was very difficult to move from Bara to Jufre. Now he makes it very easy, and we need to commend him for that. So I want to believe that people that probably will have the belief.
There's a road linking Bara directly to Jufure now.
5 minutes you are there.
Yes.
5 minutes you are there.
And then before it takes you an hour. So we have electricity, we have good road, and he was even there last week.
Who?
The president. He was there last week. He drive through that road.
Okay.
To lay foundation stone of other structures on the same area, which is still beneficial to us. And then they're also trying to bring this tourism diversification project in order to protect James Island.
That was what I was going to come in. Part of the biggest government, ambition is to rebuild the island, because the island is slowly, evading, like I would say, or eroding.
Okay.
You understand? Because the buildings are falling and some important parts are disappearing. That is what happened in every part of the world when it comes to island. As time goes, they gradually, erode, and they can totally.
Have those talks begun with the government?
Already on process.
Okay.
That's my area.
Okay.
So the island being the building falling is not the issue, because that is the only.
That's not the issue?
No, I'm coming.
That's not the only issue I can understand.
If they have to rebuild the island,
yes,
it has to be rebuilt as it was exactly before. So that is the only island in West Africa today that is on its original structure, and that attract people. So only thing that the government is trying to do is to preserve it so it's not washed by the river.
Okay.
So if that preservation is done, then we can think of how to construct it.
Okay.
Like the CFAO building in Albreda, the company France Afrique Occidental, they have rebuilt it as it was exactly before, and that's very nice. And they are planning a very classic craft market that our people can sell, their items. So they are focusing on the area.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Where do you see the private sector fitting into this picture, and what opportunities exist for Gambian businesses to invest in heritage tourism, either in Jufure or in the entire Kunta Kinte Island?
For that, the private, the private sector.
I thought you were going to take the lead because you are a tour operator. But Ali, go ahead.
The private sector, of course, can fit in by supporting, because that is in fact highly welcomed, and that will not only, promote the legacy of Kunta Kinte, but equally, you get to see that when it comes to promoting the legacy of Kunta Kinte, it's the responsibility of everyone, every Gambian. And so the private sector as well is mostly welcome. So for me, I want to believe that The foundation, of course, at this point in time, we are short of support, even though we can proudly mention people that are, of course, behind us all the time whenever we commit ourselves to activities and certain endeavors. But we still need more support. And this is where we call on the private sector now to come on our aid, to be able to help us to organize, because we want this International Kinte Festival and International Kinte Day to be something, widely recognized.
So what do you, exactly, because we have just 4 minutes, what exactly do you want them to help fund?
We want them to help support the festival. We equally want them to help in certain community developments that we probably will want to execute, because we're planning to rebuild, even the home of Kunta.
I thought you wanted government to do this. We have to be very clear. Is this what you want government to do?
No, the government in collaboration with the private sector. We are not just committing the government to do it alone. Even the private sector can come as well. So it's going to be like, both of them coming to help and coming to support.
Okay. Yeah. All right, let's have some final thoughts, because we have just 2.5 minutes before we move on. Yes?
Yeah, the private sector part of it is important. Mm-hmm. We have plans to develop, like, for this festivity, even when people go there, mm-hmm. they need proper accommodation. So this is where the private sector can come in. So we are working on something like inviting tour operators, hoteliers to put this idea to them, like in terms of networking. So this is it. So the government has come, the NCAC has created like a big bantaba in the family house where when the tourists come, they can be seated. And Jufule being a World Heritage Site, we are also convincing the private sector, like heritage tourism. Let them come, create something, and let them support the Kunta Kinte Foundation. We are young people, and it's not only citizens of Jufure. So if this happens, we can bring change to our community. And of course, before we go, we are here with our colleague, Keba Sane. He's an international volunteer, very instrumental to the foundation, and he's in charge of our logistics.
When you say international volunteer, he's Gambian, isn't he?
He's Gambian, but he volunteers even outside the sources of Gambia.
Oh, okay. So he also travels to other countries and offers
for the cause of humanity, So that's why the foundation...
Well, listen, thank you so very much for your time with us this morning. And, as we get nearer the 18th and 19th of December, maybe then your plans would have, developed to a certain degree that you might want to come back and speak to us about them. Mm-hmm. All right? Mm-hmm. And, we also thank Lamin in the U.S. He called me the other day. And we had a very interesting conversation. Shame, though, that I'm yet to set foot in Jufure. But, that's work in progress, and I can promise you it will happen.
You are now an official member of the Kunta Kinte Foundation.
Can we confirm that?
We have already declared that.
Let's meet again. Meet again, and then we'll probably be in a position to officially confirm it.
Okay, no worries.
Thank you very much again, Lamin and Ali Cisse.
Thank you very much.
Yëf lay fay sant yàlla. Looy xaar utal Wave nga scan nga fay te nag doo ci yokku dara.
Jar Oil, the company, have filling stations across the country, and our rates are relatively cheaper than anyone else across the country. Jar Oil is the biggest producer and distributor of cement in the country with the most competitive prices in the market.
If you're an entrepreneur and your business is not yet registered, if you're looking to grow your registered business, or you're an accomplished professional, our Elevate program supports you with access to finance, access to markets, access to capacity building. Sign up now or refer a friend at ecobank.com/elevate. Elevate by Ecobank. A better way, a better Africa.